Hello, dog lover. My name is Saro. I'm a dog trainer, also coach dog owners. Welcome to our last live dog training session. With me is Harvey. Harvey is working on a raw elk bone, so he's going to join us today. And welcome to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about dog training without the use of treats, food, aversive tools, force, domination, aversive tools like choke chain collars, prong collars, shock collars, or even being alpha to our dog. So we talk about everything has to do with dogs. And welcome to the new set. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new here and hit the bell icon as well so you will get notified as soon as I post my next video or if I go live. So as I said, this is the last live session before the end of the year. Um, and I'm going to be back in the new year in the 2020 with a new set. I'm working on the new set. As you can see, it's not done yet. I'm still working on the finishing touches, and will be more exciting to get going with the new set, filming my new videos in the new set as well. And the reason I created this set like this is because I wanted to have an area that I could do live training as well. Um, Remember, if you have questions, make sure to ask your questions on the chat area, and I will answer it. Let me try this. Andriet as 26. It says hello. I hope I'm pronouncing it properly. I'm not sure, but it's an interesting name. Andri it as 26. Sorry if I'm butchering it. Andrea, I'm going to call you Andrea. Also, let me know where are you from? Where you are? Which part of this beautiful world are you from? Let me know as well. And that would be interesting. So Andrea is asking, sorry, my dog doesn't obey the commands immediately. It takes several times to repeat, so she obeys. What can I do so she obeys the first command? Very good question. Let me remove it so you can see Harvey working there. So one of the problems is when it comes to commands is, this is a very common problem, and it's a very common issue with dog owners, that when they are training their dog, what they do is they repeat the commands many times. So for example, if they want to get their dog to sit, they keep saying, Rover, Rover, sit, Rover, sit, 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 come on, sit, sit, sit. No, I told you sit, sit. No, they do that. And what happens when you repeat the sit command many times? So he's working on a raw meat, so you don't want to touch the raw meat. So you want to be a little bit careful about that. So what you want to do, that's what commonly dog owners, they do. When they are training their dog, they repeat the command or the name of the dog too many times, many times, more than it's necessary. So when it comes to training your dog, what you want to do, you want to tell your dog once and don't repeat. I know this is the hardest thing a dog owner can do. I've seen it, with my clients, my group classes that I run. Everybody actually is very used to repeating the command more often than is needed. They have a hard time saying only once. And the reason for that is because they think that the dog doesn't hear them. The problem is the opposite is happening. When you repeat the name of your dog or repeat the command too often, what happens is your dog says, you know what, you're becoming annoying and I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to shut my ears off. Literally, they shut you off. So they don't want to hear you anymore. So just pretend a dog owner and listen to this. If I just hear it for a few seconds. Rover, 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 sit, sit. No, I said sit. Rover, Rover, sit, sit, sit. No, sit, sit, sit. I said sit. Sit, sit. No, Rover, sit, sit. Isn't it annoying? So therefore, it becomes annoying for the dogs as well. So they shut you off. So they literally they don't listen to you. So what you want to do is you want to say the command and your dog's name once and only once without repeating. If your dog doesn't do it at the time that you're telling it to do that command, what you want to do is you want to make sure that your dog does it. So however you can make that happen, whether there are two ways. You can either make sure that make it happen. So what I mean is you physically help your dog to sit, or you ignore and you restart and try again. So move the dog for 10, 20, 30 seconds and then try again. Rover, sit. But don't repeat over and over. If you keep repeating, your dog is going to get annoyed, therefore it's not going to listen to you. Hope that makes sense. So very good question. Where are we? Wonder in the Blanket, welcome, thank you for being here. Oh man, I wanted to watch this, but fire alarm going off on my building. Oh, wow. Well, be safe. Hopefully you can watch this on your phone, the live show, but be safe. Safety comes first, and then you can watch it, repeat, rerun. We have Sandra Gomez. Saro, my Beagle, Trixie, is 2 months old. She's hyperactive. She doesn't sit still to begin learning a command such as sit. How do I train her to sit when she's so active? So one of the things that you want to consider is when it comes to training your dog, one of the most important part of training is having a dog who can listen to you and benefit from the time that you're investing in your dog to train. So if you're seeing that your dog is hyper, first of all, we're excited or is willing to play or is not in the mood for training, what I would do is I wouldn't train at that moment, at that time. What I would do instead, I would focus on providing first proper amount of exercise and then do training. So you want to do physical activity first and then do mental activity. For a dog to be comfortable to listen and relax and be in tune with you, they have to have their physical stimulation part of it satisfied, and then they can be more in tune with you. So when it comes to, in general, dogs, I always suggest to focus on your dog's daily 5 essentials. Therefore, you can get better results. So do you know what your dog's daily 5 essential needs are? If you provide these 5 daily essential needs, you're going to have a dog who's not only well-behaved, is calmer, healthier, and happier. So do you know what your dog's daily 5 essential needs are? If you don't know, let me explain what those are. They are exercise, training, socialization, care, and then affection. So you want to provide these 5 essential needs every day. So training, exercise, training. So you see exercise comes first, training comes next. If you provide proper amount of exercise, then you will have a dog who's going to be more in tune with you. So if you want to learn about more about the dog's 5 daily essential needs, you can join my online courses, one of my online courses, which is called A Dog's 5 Essential Needs. The link is on my website at sarodogtraining.com. You can find the link in the description as well. So hopefully that answered your question. I think I answered so far. Yes. So Trixie, the other thing that I wanted to mention, you were saying Trixie is 2 months old. Usually, when it's a 2 months old puppy as well, you don't really need to focus on getting the perfect results. A puppy of 2 months is too early for them to be bombarded with information. All you want to do is you want to introduce few commands, few words that represents command. All these things, you just want to slowly introduce them to the commands. You don't want to get you don't have to have perfect results. Andrea is saying Ecuador. Wow, Ecuador, that is amazing. Thank you for being here all the way from Ecuador. Sandra Gomez is saying, thank you, Saro. You are welcome, Sandra. Sandra, where are you from as well? We have Joyoti Halder. I hope I'm pronouncing it properly. That is Harvey now. He's back. He's working on his bone. It's very serious. I have a beagle and an Indian palm squirrel. Wow. How can I help them to be friends? Wow, that is amazing. A beagle and an Indian palm squirrel. This is a very interesting question. First of all, beagles, they are very friendly animals. They can be friendly with all kinds of animals. Let me see if I can get that. Yeah, hold on, just give me a second. Probably here. Yeah. When it's a raw bone, I usually don't want to touch it, just because you don't want to touch a raw bone and then touch other stuff, bacteria. But it is safe for dogs. A raw bone is safe for dogs. So let me see if I can answer your question. So one of the things that I usually suggest to dog owners is when it comes to having pets, several pets, or several dogs or anything, you want to have at least a control over one of the creatures or one of the pets or one of the dogs. You have to have control over one of them, and the other pet has to be a little bit more free to be able to roam the energy of the house in order to build that trust and connection with the members of that family, including your beagle. So what I would suggest to do is, I want you to have, let me know, Sandra says she's from Goa, India. Thank you for being here all the way from there. And Joyoti, where are you from as well? Let me know where you're from. And plus, do you have a good beagle, or your beagle, is it attacking the squirrel? Are they having a fight, something like that? Can you give me a little bit more information about your beagle and the squirrel? But overall, what I would suggest is at least you have to have a good control over your beagle, at least the beagle. So Joyoti is saying, I'm from Calcutta, India. Thank you. And thank you very much, Saro. You are very welcome. Thank you for being here. Um, my dream is to visit Calcutta one day. I should travel there one day. Um, what you want to do, you want to make sure that you have a good control over your beagle so your squirrel can be feeling comfortable to come around. And what I mean by having control over your beagle, you want to have a good control over your beagle so it doesn't attack or lunge towards your squirrel. So you want to have a calm beagle so your beagle can be doing something like that, resting or doing something that it's very calm, right? And squirrel can come and just hang out here. Maybe for a few days can be hanging out here, right? And then after a few days can move here. After a few days or weeks can move over here and closer and closer. You just have to give it the time, and you have to have a good control over your beagle. One of the things that my beagle is only 2 months old, and she's sometimes attacking my 2-year-old squirrel. So I think the 2 months old, the reason your beagle is attacking is basic. I would consider that as a play. It's not. I don't think it's an attack. It's more of a play. So what you want to do is have your beagle in a crate. Let me see if I can. So have your beagle in a crate, something like this, right? What you do is you put your beagle in there, or vice versa. You can put your squirrel in there, and have your other animal. So your beagle, let's say your beagle is in there, is under control, right? Or could be that your squirrel is in there, is under control. You gotta have one of them under control, in order for the other one to feel comfortable to approach. When you put your beagle in there and you see that your squirrel comes forward and your beagle is agitated and anxious and it's stressed, then it's not a good idea. It will take some time, but you have to create that environment and the situation for the for the one of them to approach the other one, right? So usually the wild animal takes longer for them to approach a domesticated animal. So yes, it's something that you have to work on it. It will take some time. It's amazing, and welcome to Calcutta. After coming to Calcutta, please contact me. Sure, I will be in touch if I visit Calcutta someday. Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate that. Sandra Gomez, it says, I have an older Shih Tzu, a female that's 9+ years old. She's not friendly towards the Beagle. She doesn't bite, but she's not interested to be friends and runs away whenever the Beagle is nearby. So there is a difference. So based on numbers that you gave, you have a 9+-year-old Shih Tzu and a 2-month-old Beagle. Usually, puppies are annoying for senior dogs. Now, I consider senior anytime a dog turns 7 and older, right? They are considered seniors in a way, in my book, because they are really slowing down. They want to take it easy. They just want to hang out. They don't want to be bothered much. So puppies for senior dogs are annoying. That is normal. Now, there are certain seniors that they like puppies, but most senior dogs, they don't like puppy energy. The energy is too go, too crazy, and the seniors, they're different state of mind. So naturally, they don't get along. So what I want you to do is think of outside of the box. I want you to provide for your puppy other forms of activities, so it doesn't use your senior dog as an activity. Your senior dog shouldn't be the the activity or the toy or the source of entertainment for your puppy. Your puppy should have different forms of entertainment and stimulation. So maybe other puppies, maybe you could play with your puppy to bring that energy level down, and then make your puppy to go and hang out with your senior dog. Your senior dog probably is not in that state of the life that wants to play, wants to chill probably. So yeah, so consider that. And Joy T. Halder is saying thank you again. Sorry, you are very welcome. Sandra Gomez is saying yes, we do that. Yes, so yeah, and we have Ruth MB. Thank you for being here. Where are you from, Ruth? Yes, that is my Beagles. Amrut is asking if Saro, that's your Beagle. Yes, that is my Beagle. His name is Harvey. He's 9 years old, and he's working on a raw bone. Raw bone is very safe for dogs. It's a very good form of entertainment. It's a very good form of source of nutrition. It could be considered as a meal as well, part of the meal, and is a very good stimulation for the mind, the brain, and also their jaws. Plus, it cleans their teeth. So instead of suggesting people to brush their dog's teeth, I suggest them to use bones. That is the best natural teeth cleaner. So you could do the same thing. If you want your puppy or your dog or your beagle to be entertained, as you can see, he's just enjoying that, and he's allowing me to do my live session without bothering me. It's a good entertainment, and as you can see, he's having a good time. It's very safe. You know, many dog owners, many people, dog owners who are feeding their dogs, let's say kibble or dry food, they're worried about giving raw bone. Naturally, dogs can tolerate the raw bone, but if you want to do a little bit of be precautionary, a little bit, and be careful, what you want to do, you could give a little bit of yogurt or prebiotics to your dogs before giving your dog raw bone. And Critical Thinker 313 is asking, hi Saro, thank you for being here, by the way. Critical Thinker 313, where are you from as well? Hi Saro, I have a 3-year-old rescued beagle that was abused. She incredibly sweet and has come a long way. She's been with me a little over a year. We just love your channel. Oh, thank you very much. That means a lot. I'm glad you're enjoying my content in my channel. If you ever have any questions regarding your beagle, let me know. I would love to help you guys out. You know, whenever we talk about a beagle, you know, beagles have been used in general in many forms for medical industry and testing and all that. But if a dog in general, a beagle as well, if it's abused, it's a different story. One of the things that I highly suggest you to do is not to think about the story behind your beagle that it had when it was abused. Whenever you go and rescue a dog, whenever you go and adopt a dog, especially who has been abused, what I want you to think of is today and tomorrow. You want to start a fresh, new start for your dog. You want to let your dog and yourself to forget the past. The reason you're rescuing your dog is because you want to give a new life to your dog. So when you hang on to that story behind the dog that came with the abuse, you're kind of um, you're kind of getting involved with the experience itself, and you are staying in the same state of mind as your beagle. So what I want you to do is just forget about it. Don't even call yourself, in a way, you don't want to say, I rescued my dog. It's a rescue dog because you're labeling it. And when you label, you're limiting your ability. So what you want to do is you want to say that I can help you to get started and have a fresh new life from now on. But anyways, thank you for being here, and thank you for being part of the community and the channel. Ruth MB is saying we are vegetarian. Any alternatives? Good point. One of the things that you want to consider when it comes to having a dog and humans, as a human being, we can have many choices. We can be vegetarian, we can be vegan, we can be carnivores, we can be in and out of diets, different diets. We can try them all. But when it comes to reality of life and reality of dogs, dogs are not vegetarian. Dogs are carnivores. They eat both some vegetables and a lot of meat. And that is the reality of life. And you have to accept that and provide your dog, very good. You have to accept that, and you have to provide your dog what it really needs. It's not about you, it's not about us humans, it's about them, what it works for them, what it's better for them. So consider when it comes to your dog, not to think about you, think about them. So even though you are vegetarian, it doesn't mean that your dog can be vegetarian. Your family members, human family members, you could educate them to become vegetarian, but vegetarian for dogs and animals is not healthy and it's not realistic. So you can't force a dog to become a vegetarian. You have to feed them species appropriate diet. Species appropriate diet, which is basically raw meat, raw food is the species appropriate diet for dogs. That is specifically designed for dogs. For humans, we have, through centuries, we have adapted to different forms of diets that we can adapt. We're doing okay with different forms of diets. We'll be okay. Some maybe do better than the others. Some maybe do worse than the others. But for dogs, they can't be vegetarian. And that's the reality of life. And we have to accept that. And we feed them what they need. So in this case, there's no alternative. You just have to give them the bone. Andrea saying, what kind of bone should I buy? You can buy any kind of bone which is not cooked. So raw, definitely raw. This is elk bone. Any animal, if you could find that in your local store, that would do. Any type of bone. Try to get a bone that is a good size for your dog. So your dog's mouth, let's say if it opens this much, you don't want to give a small bone, right? Because they will just swallow it. What you want to do is you want to give it a little bit bigger than their mouth so they can work on it. And when you see that it's getting smaller and smaller, then you throw that bone away. So he's going to work on this bone. He's been working on it for half an hour now. I'll let him go for another 15 minutes or so, and then I'll put the bone away. You don't want to let your puppy or dog to work too long, because then they become obsessed with the bone, and they also stress their jaw and their mind and their ability to to get the benefits out of that bowl. I'm from Bangalore, India. Thank you for being here. Welcome from India as well. Critical Thinker 313 says, yes, thank you. It's a new day for us daily. Exactly. Every day should be a new day. I don't want her to relieve anything. Yes. Relieve anything. Yes. Of course not. Yes. So you want to let your dog to forget. And you have a beautiful girl. I'm bet. What are the Amrut MB is asking? What are the raw meats that are good, and why should I stay away? What should I stay away from? Yeah, just basically any raw meat that you give, it's good. I suggest to feed more exotic meats than regular normal meats, such as chicken or beef or pork. You want to give any other exotic meat, for example, buffalo, elk, all kinds of exotic meats. If you can find those, that would be even better. There are several reasons why we suggest that. One of them is because dogs, usually they tend to eat smaller animals. Like he wouldn't hunt a caribou, right? They're too big. They would go for goat or sheep or elk, things like that, the smaller size. So you want to hang around those kinds of meats. And also you want to make sure that it's not human grade. You want to make sure that it's animal grade or dog grade. And in these days and age, in North America at least, as far as I know, we have many companies who are producing raw meat and raw food for dogs, and they're all animal grade. So that means they don't have they don't have hormones and things that usually are put in human grade food. So it's just natural, basically natural or organic. So basically what you want to do is organic meat for your dog. Any meat would do. You can even still give chicken and beef if you want, but exotic meats are better, right? So I think the raw meats, yeah. So one of the other things that I wanted to answer, and I get this question all the time on my channel, is what was it? I forgot. Many dog owners, what they do, they leave their dog home alone a long time during the day that they go to work. This has come up in my channel comments and questions a lot, that many people are asking me, is it okay to leave my dog home alone while I go to work? The problem with this issue is that dogs are not meant to be staying home alone, first of all. Second of all, because they are social animals, they are social beings. So they love to have a company always with them. You just have to remember that dogs have been bred and designed for humans by humans. So we have bred them because we want them to be our partners, our companion. So when they are with us, we feel good and they feel good as well. So you want to make sure, okay, you want to make sure that your dog is at least with somebody. if it's not you who are at work, you want your dog to be with somebody during the day. Somebody has to look after them, first of all. Somebody needs to have company them throughout the day. It's because it is not natural for them to be home alone. Especially in this day and age, many people, they work, 8 to 10 hours a day. And to leave a dog home alone for 8 to 10 hours is just too much. A dog needs to go out and relieve itself every few hours, at least every 4 hours. So it's not healthy also for them physically to be staying home all day, because physically they're putting pressure on their system, their body system. So what happens is they also become stressed. And one of the main reasons that dogs get to develop behavioral issues is because of stress. And the reason they get stressed, one of them is because they're left home alone all day or long hours. When they are left home alone long hours, they become detached from humans as well. They especially detached from you. And when they become that way, they develop health issues, mental health issues that helps them to develop behavioral issues. So therefore, they become worse as they age. They become they develop more behavioral issues. So what you want to do is make sure that you are providing some form of company to your dog. You can either take your dog to work, or you can. I used to do this myself when I used to work. I used to take my lunch break, come home, look after my dog, take care of it, walk it, feed it, play with it, and then go back to work. Something like that you can do. You can hire somebody to come and look after your dog, or you can ask a friend or family member to come and look after your dog during the day, even just for a few hours. You can also take your dog somewhere, maybe doggy daycare, maybe to a friend's place who has a dog, and your dog has that person has a dog as well. They can accompany each other. Somehow, somewhere, you have to create this, give your dog this opportunity to continue on being practicing their social skills. You don't want to leave your dog home alone for long hours. Remember that it's just not natural. It's just it's not healthy as well. You can learn more about everything that you need to know about dogs on my website as well. I have few courses that you can take, especially around this time. If you're looking for a gift or present for a family member, holidays are upon us. If you're looking for a gift, there's a gift idea there, or even for yourself. To learn more, you can visit my website, sarodogtraining.com. I have a dog training course for if your dog is pulling on the leash. I have a course for it. If you want to learn what your dog's needs are in order for them to have a healthy and happy, well-behaved life, I have a course called The Dog's 5 Essential Needs. I have a free course that you can just learn introduction to dog training without the use of treats or food, and using play and praise reward system. And I have a course that it goes through everything that you need to know about your dog and train your dog the basic commands to the level that you can have complete control of your dog. So if you want to learn more about it, visit my website, sarodogtraining.com, or visit the link in the description as well. I think that's about it. I think there's one. Critical Thinker 313 says, I'm so grateful where I live. Someone is always home. If we are gone at the same time, it's not long period of time. Exactly, yes. That is very, yes, you're lucky. Not many people think about that actually. You know, they may have a loved one, they may have a friend or a family who's going to welcome your dog actually to their home. Uh, you know, many people, they don't think that they can have these options, but they think the dog should be okay on its own. Um, Short period of time is okay, you know, they don't mind it, but more than, I would say, 3 to 4 hours, it becomes um, too much for a dog, especially if it's repeated and it becomes a routine on and on. Yeah, they don't enjoy that when you do that. Basically, here's the thing: when you leave your dog home alone for long hours, especially if your dog doesn't know that not you will be coming back. Uh, in their mind, they think that you're punishing them. The reason for that, for them to think that way, is because in nature, in their group, in their pack, if um, if one of the members is not healthy or is not doing well or is not behaving properly, the pack is going to push them out, kick them out of the pack, and that pack is going to have to survive on its own, which is very hard. So they get punished, you know, to be left out. So when you leave your dog home alone, your dog thinks that you're punishing them. You're kicking them out of they have done something and you're punishing them. So when you allow them to think something like that, you know, it becomes a negative relationship between you and your dog. And your dog thinks that, oh, I'm being punished and I've done something wrong. So therefore I'm being punished. But they don't know that they're not being punished. It's just that they don't understand that you have to go to work, and this is not punishment. In order for a dog to understand that you will come back, even let's say 4 hours, after 4 hours or a few hours, you have to teach your dog to understand that you will come back. And one of the things that I usually suggest dog owners to teach their dog is the wait command. Wait command teaches the dog to understand that my human gave me the command of wait, and he or she will come back. But you have to train your dog. And I have 2 videos on my channel that I go over the wait command, and I teach how to teach your dog the wait command, which you can use if you're going to leave your dog for a few hours home alone. So if you want to learn about that, you can search my channel, the wait command. So I hope you enjoyed this live show. Harvey is still enjoying his bone. He's almost done, yes. We can use that still one more time. There's still lots of bone and meat on it. He's going to have a good mental stimulation after this. is going to be nice and tired and stimulated. So I wanted also to thank you for being being part of the channel and a member of this community. And this is the last live session for the year of 2019. I will be back in the year 2020 in less than a month to the channel. You never know, I may go live during next few weeks as well. I will have a surprise maybe, you never know. But this is the new set. This is the new format. Harvey is down there now, he's working on the floor. This is the new format. I'm still working on it to make it a little bit better and function better. This was last minute put together, but I wanted to give you a tease of the new set, and hopefully hopefully you like it. In the new year, I will have new content as well for all you dog lovers. Meanwhile, if you have any questions about any dog-related issues, feel free to leave those questions in the comments area. And if you are not subscribed to my channel yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon as well, so you will get notified as soon as I post my next video, or if I go live, which you may be surprised next time when I go live. Maybe a surprise, just giving a hint. And all from me and my dog Harvey is on the floor now, he's working on his bone. I want to wish you a happy holidays season and happy new year. And I will see you in the year 2020. I can't believe it's going to be the year 2020. I will see you in few weeks. On my channel, I will be probably going live on my first video in the new year. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed this live show. Thank you, and I will see you next time. And remember, have fun with your dog.